Okay, I'm just gonna talk about my own fantasy world because why not? I want to talk about it. Okay. Okay. Basically, in my fantasy world, it's just if our world and a fantasy world were combined. So that's out of the way. We can talk about the people who have this world. All right, we have the water people who live underwater in the water. Obviously, I don't know why I repeat that. Basically, they're people with fishtail or gills. Their deal is that they really don't like humans because they keep throwing their trash in their ocean. But after a while, they became friendly with each other after they had a meeting with each other. It basically went down like this. Hey man, can you get your people to stop throwing their trash in our ocean? It's kinda poisoning our people. Nah man, that's too much work. Plus we're already dealing with our own things. Please no. Please no. Please no. We'll go to war with your people if you don't stop. You know what? We'll stop throwing our trash in your ocean, alright? And that's why they stopped having beef with each other. They can control fishes, swim really fast, and control water. They live in many parts of the ocean, and they're not the descendant of the Atlanteans. If you thought they were. Just making sure, buddy. Okay, we got the Blood Tribe people. They can control theirs and others people's blood if they're really good at it. They are really prideful and see the rest of the world as lower class than them. Because of that, they divide themselves from the rest of the world. They also may have done some suspicious thing in the past, and probably murdered a bunch of people, but no one really needs to talk about that. They're considered one of the strongest people in the world. They're also fancy, so they like to say fancy words like preposterous or pusillanimous. Pusillanimous? I don't know, I just pick a random fancy word. They're considered one of the strongest people in the world, so you better not piss one off. Their location is unknown. Alright, now we got the fairy elf people. I don't know, they're just fairies if they're human size. They have special flower that makes magic orb that can be any element. They can keep the magic orb or crush them to make magic dust, so they can use it as energy source for weapons. So they're friendly people, and because of that they share their flower with the outside world. We'll talk about the magic orb later. They also have some magic skills and magical weapons. The weapons use magic, and a human or anyone else can use them, but they're a peaceful race, so they rarely make them. They live in peaceful forests where many critters live. Now we have the Shadow People, who makes a lot of weapons, especially in war. You see, way back there was a war, and they made a lot of weapons for anybody as long as they pay them a lot of money. Because of that, not a lot of people like them. They also have spirits or that can summon animals or warriors, but they can only summon them for only a minute, then they have to recharge. They get their spirit's orb by covering in place with their shadow's power and then just wait for a spirit orb to show up. Here's another thing about shadow people. They have an alliance with fairy elf people and they get most of their special flowers. They can fuse their spirit's orb with their magic orb to make element spirit orbs. So now you can have a spirit tiger that's also on fire. That's pretty cool. They live in the shadow where there's no light and tend to stay away from the light. So kind of like a redditor. Now we have humans. You see, in this world, humans get their powers from either their soul, body, or blood. Humans can use their soul to use magic, but they're not really fancy or cool magic. They're basically just $1 store magic. They're not as powerful as the fairy elf people or angels or demons magic. Yes, there are angels and demons in this world. They can use their blood to summon small animals like insects. They can control them and can see, hear from them, but they cannot summon a lot because if they die, they lose their blood. They can channel their body energy to use them to unlock super strength, super speed, super hearing, and super healing. Nothing too special, but they're really useful. You're wondering how these humans got these powers. Well, nobody knows, but no one really cares. There's also antagonists and main characters too, cause I want to make a story in this world. But I don't know how to, so I can't. Alright, that's about it for this video. Was it bad as usual? I don't know. But if anyone decides to make a story about this world that I just made, I'm probably gonna copyright you. Cause, well, I probably can't. I don't know how that works. Never mind, I can't really do anything about it, I guess. Alright, bye, I guess.